Now, before we get started, I just want to say this. This will be my last SpongeBob episode that I'm ranting on, at least for this year. Don't worry, guys, I'm going to continue making more of them next year in January. I'll keep you guys posted on whatever SpongeBob episodes that I'm going to rant on next year. And this will be my final week ranting on a SpongeBob episode that I hate as well. Yeah, I ranted on 5 SpongeBob episodes this week, and this is the 5th and final one, and also the final one for this year at least. There will be more coming next year, so don't worry. Expect more next year, guys, because it's almost a holiday season. I want to review some holiday specials as well this year. So, with that said, let's get this review slash rant over with. Cue the intro, please. Hello guys, Jonathan's Media Shack here again, and today I am reviewing and ranting on A Life in a Day, which is another SpongeBob episode, of course, from season 6. So basically what the plot's about, you got SpongeBob and Patrick having a good time at Goo Lagoon by getting tanned, until all of a sudden Larry comes out of nowhere riding in a motorcycle, kicking up sand in SpongeBob and Patrick's face. However, everyone's really appealed to Larry, and they cheered for him, and soon they talked to him. Larry says he is a very professional daredevil who loves to live life to the fullest. Then Larry points out to SpongeBob and Patrick, saying that they are cowards, saying that they cannot live like these two, like being weak, spineless, and even being afraid of their own shadows. Wow. You mean to tell me that they done fucked up SpongeBob and Patrick by making them cowards? It's no wonder why I hated the Toy Store episode, Toy Store of Doom, I should say. It's no wonder why they acted like bunches of cowards. Because of the directors done fucking up SpongeBob and Patrick's personalities, making SpongeBob looking so annoying and Patrick even more dim-witted than usual. And SpongeBob and Patrick needs to be more like him. Larry drives away, leaving Patrick in a very deep thought. The next day, SpongeBob and Patrick are blowing bubbles. Patrick's like, "This is fucking bullshit. I want to change my life." And they need to live like Larry. So what does Patrick do? He eventually puts his life at risk. I'm not kidding. He actually puts his life at risk, guys. He jumps on a seahorse, which bucks him off, and it really severely injures Patrick. But SpongeBob, however, decides to do the opposite, riding on a kiddie ride at a grocery store. Really? That is so childish. Why can't SpongeBob act like a grown adult by doing something that's more mature rather than this? And then later that day, Patrick kicks down SpongeBob's door, and he's like, "Hey, SpongeBob, are you ready to live like Larry once again?" And and put yourself in danger like I do? 'Cause I sure the fuck am. And he takes SpongeBob and he takes him to the boat going on a conveyor belt. The boat is then crushed by the junkyard crusher, and SpongeBob only watches in horror as Patrick is slowly crushed. See that? Patrick is putting himself in danger. SpongeBob doesn't want to put himself in danger. At least we'll get to the very end. At least that's what I think of, but that doesn't last long, and I'll tell you guys why in a second. Even later that day, Patrick breaks down the door again and pulls SpongeBob to the outskirts of Bikini Bottom to a deep canyon. And next to the canyon is a long board leading to the bottom, which Patrick says he will skate down. He tells SpongeBob by saying, "Join me, SpongeBob." But SpongeBob says going down the ramp would be very inconsiderate and stupid because Patrick is stupid and inconsiderate at the same time, I should say. Both at the same time, he's very stupid and he's very inconsiderate. The reason why I think he's very inconsiderate because he has no clue of what he's doing. He is that clueless and he's putting himself at risk. Like, why would you put that in a kid's show? Why? Fucking why? Yes, anything can happen in a cartoon, I get it, but why? Why did you have to make put themselves at risk by doing dangerous stuff? Fucking why? And it would certainly kill them. And SpongeBob's like, "I don't want to do this, Patrick, so I'm not going." And then Patrick's like, "Fuck you." And he then skates and then gets eaten, putting himself at risk once again. And Patrick shrugs and calls SpongeBob a chicken. Yeah, like I said, he then skates down and flies into the mouths of several hungry monsters. Yeah, I don't know why the directors would do something like this. I mean, that is just it's disturbing. Even for a kids show, it's that disturbing. Why would they put that in a kids show? My God, there's something I don't get. The next day, SpongeBob is looking at the Krusty Krab very peacefully. When Patrick, who apparently survived the monster attack, he eventually runs toward the Krusty Krab trying to get away from 5 angry bikers. He tells SpongeBob that he was right and that he went very way too far, and that he would never try such dangerous stunts ever again. And when SpongeBob goes outside to talk to the bikers, and when the bikers finally accepted Patrick's apology for what he done, he then knocks down their bikes. SpongeBob and Patrick run down the street and SpongeBob gets a rush of adrenaline. And SpongeBob shouts that he is living like Larry. And he's all of a sudden now obsessed with Daredevil stunts. Okay, now this episode kind of reminds me of Jackass. The MTV show Jackass. This is what it feels more like rather than a kids show. It feels more like a show called Jackass where they do lots of daredevil stunts and dangerous things. Yeah, you get the picture, something like that. Yeah, this really reminds me of Jackass. The bikers hit SpongeBob with their bikes, sending SpongeBob flying into the air, and SpongeBob's like, "Hell yeah, I'm enjoying it!" And later that day, SpongeBob and Patrick go on the beach again, but this time it's on a giant arrow aimed towards hundreds of sharp rocks. Ripper's Reef. Patrick is very afraid that they're gonna get hurt, but SpongeBob prepares to cut the rope anyways. Meanwhile, Larry notices what they are doing and races to stop them. At first, he didn't care, but then when he realized that they were gonna get hurt, he flipped out about it. And now he has to stop them. But Larry is all of a sudden too late. SpongeBob then cuts the rope and they fly towards Ripper's Reef. Larry hooks the rope on the arrow and is pulled up too. Larry climbs to SpongeBob and Patrick and tells them that his advice was meant to live life to the fullest, not to kill themselves. Like, yeah. First Patrick did that and now SpongeBob? Oh my god. SpongeBob shouts with glee, and he doesn't even care, of course, while Patrick and Larry scream. They slam into the Ripper's Reef and at full force, and are impaled with the rocks. That's really painful. And later at the Bikini Bottom Hospital, Patrick and Larry are now put in full body casts, while SpongeBob is put in a wheelchair. Still wanting to live extremely, SpongeBob says this is the time for his next sons, and he would say what Larry would do. And in response, Larry gets so pissed off and chases the frightened SpongeBob out of the hospital. And he's like, "Come back here, you motherfucker! I'm gonna show you what would Larry do to you." And that's basically how it ends. Part 2 will be in session, so stay tuned.